Hi, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You are joining us, if you clicked play by mistake, for another episode of SERVPRO's Awesome Advent, number 6 in particular. What the heck is that? It's basically this. Every weekday at 10 a.m. here in December, up until Christmas anyway, we're going to be going live on Facebook, trying to inject a little bit of holiday cheer. We want to profile people who are help people stay positive, give them tips for building up their best life right now, all that jazz. And I'm really happy today to have a guest who I know very well. This is Taylor Braun. He is our in-house COVID-19 specialist, and I wanted to bring him up here. I've been wanting to bring him up here for a little bit, but today really to talk about less about the ins and outs of COVID-19 and like the tactical stuff and what awful unprecedented times we're living in. Because if you guys hear that word again, I think your ears are probably going to start to bleed. But what it's like to be a helper right now. There's that sort of and I think it goes up every single time something awful happens in the news. But like Mr. Rogers' quote, that's like, when things go wrong, look for the helpers. And when that happens here, when there's anything COVID related here, we all look to Taylor to be like, what do we do? And it's a great comfort to us. And I thought he might have a unique perspective on what's going on. So Taylor, thank you for being here.
Not a problem. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So Taylor, you are our COVID, I call you our COVID czar sometimes, but COVID-19 specialist, what does that actually mean?
Just means that, I'm our lead COVID guy. I'm in charge of protocols, PPE, stuff like that. When this first all started unraveling, we were just like everybody else, trying to, figure out the facts, trying to figure out what's real, what isn't, what we need to do. And I just kind of dove into that head first and just started looking at what the CDC recommended, what Corbett recommended, stuff like that, and just kind of built our protocol around that to, my main goals were protect our guys and, these people that call us and have us come in and do this cleaning. I want to make sure that they're safe, they feel comfortable, and that, when I leave there, you can walk through that facility or that house or that building or whatever and know, okay, everything in here has been cleaned and disinfected and, we're safe.
Right.
So we kind of just tailored the protocol to that and, just constant checking of what the CDC was saying and everything, and got it figured out.
Was that like weird? Because back in March, nobody knows what's going on, and everybody's confused. They look at you and say, "Figure it out," even though nobody's really figured it out yet. Were you scared? How did you deal with it?
Yeah, it was a pretty intimidating task because there's my bosses and the crews are putting their trust into me to make sure they're protected when they go out there, make sure they know what they're dealing with, and to make sure we're actually from a moral standpoint too, doing the right thing, actually cleaning and disinfecting and protecting these people.
Right.
So it wasn't something global pandemic wasn't anything I thought I'd ever have to deal with on this kind of level before, but we figured it out. I'm pretty proud to say that we've had no exposure incidences. None of our employees have contracted coronavirus on all of the confirmed cleanings we've done. So I'm pretty proud of that. It's pretty cool to be able to help people on this. We're a company that we're always here to help. That's our thing.
It's literally our tagline.
Yeah. But this was on a whole other level of that.
Yeah.
It's out on the front lines, people looking at you like you're a hero. That was a pretty cool feeling. I never had that before.
So that first confirmed COVID disinfecting job that you went on after coming up with all these protocols, what's going through your head when you're walking into the scene? What was it?
It was I'm trying to think, the first confirmed we did.
Sorry, lingo here, and I almost...
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, it's Cat 1, Cat 2, Cat 3.
Yeah, Cat 1 is Cat 1 is preventative, Cat 2 is suspected, Cat 3 is confirmed.
So first Cat 3, I would imagine, is probably March or April.
Yep, it had to have been, it was either an office facility or a manufacturing plant.
All right, so you can't come up with all these protocols. You have a pretty good idea of how to approach it, but walking into that first job, what's going through your head?
Just like, okay, don't screw this up, don't screw this up, don't
Yeah.
screw this up. It was just mainly my main concern on that first job was PPE. I mean, we walked through here a couple times, actually quite a few times, with all our crews, the proper downing and doffing of the PPE. Just safety, safety, safety. I didn't want to be responsible for someone contracting this and bringing it home and giving it to the rest of their family. I could not handle that kind of guilt.
Yeah.
To be honest. So, it was just make sure everyone's safe.
Yeah.
Make sure everyone's got, their gloves, make sure everyone's seams are taped, make sure everyone's got the right respirators and cartridges. That was my main concern. Because once, everyone here, can perform under pressure pretty well. So I knew once we got in there, we would be okay. It was just if I could make sure, the first one, make sure everyone knew what to do. And it went pretty well. Yeah, no issues.
Great.
Yeah, but it was a little terrifying.
Sure, I bet.
Here's this virus that's killing all these people that it's something you can't see, but it's there. It's hard to deal with.
Yeah, and just to put a finer point on this, not to, because Taylor might be softballing a little bit because he's very brave, but if you guys remember back in like March or April, when you had no idea what was going on and all the toilet paper was flying off the shelves, and the first time you walked into like Wegmans or something and you saw somebody in a mask and you were like, they're overreacting, or maybe you thought, what am I doing without one, or whatever you thought. That was at that time when nobody knew what was going on, and Taylor and his crews here were literally going into places where they knew the virus was, and they had to figure out what to do when nobody knew what to do. So I got to tip my invisible hat to him right now for doing that. So that was like way back in March and April. What sort of people have you helped since then?
We've done, office buildings, factories, production facilities, municipalities, town halls, schools, first responders, police officers, EMTs, firefighters, all of their vehicles. We've done a little bit of everything.
Any stand out in your mind?
I think when we did all of the, first responder vehicles, the police cars, fire trucks, ambulances, that was pretty cool because here's these guys that are out in it every day. I mean, first responders, they can't work from home. They can't do a Zoom call and still do what they're supposed to do. So to be able to kind of give back to these people who quite literally protect our community, that was a pretty cool feeling. For these guys to look at us when we're there disinfecting their vehicles and everything and look at us kind of like we're the heroes, it was pretty cool to have that role reversed.
Yeah.
It was, and it felt good to help out.
Yeah. It's, it definitely makes it easier to come to work today.
Yeah.
Not today, every day.
Yeah.
Any parting thoughts? Anything you want people to think about, in terms of, you've got all this knowledge, you're doing all this research about COVID-19.
It's a thing. It's real. Just everything that's everyone's been saying for the last 8 months, masks, social distancing, wash your hands, all that stuff. It's no one thing is going to fix this. So you have to do all of the things, and that helps control it. It is the best way I can put it. The mask isn't a 100% fix. Washing your hands is a 100% fix. Social distancing isn't a 100% fix, but they all add up to keeping you and everybody else safe. I don't think anyone wants to be the person that gives this virus to anybody and has them, be seriously affected by it.
Mm-hmm.
I think, I think just keep doing what we're doing. Keep wearing your mask, keep washing your hands, keep being smart. We'll get through this. I think it's we still got a bit of a ways to go, but look how far we've come. I think everyone just keep banding together, and we're here to help. And yeah.
So you heard it here from the COVID-19 specialist. Wash your hands. Stay safe. You might be the sort of person who hasn't left your house in the last 8 months, or you might be the sort of person who is so mad about wearing this mask that it makes it hard to leave but you're going out anyway because you have to live and make money and whatever. And I think what we're trying to say is whatever you can do to stay safe, do. Because things are, I mean, the spike is real. We've seen it firsthand in terms of our phones. You know, we're in Hamburg, we're in the hotspot, and our phones have been more or less ringing off the hook with this stuff.
Yeah.
So
Constant, nonstop.
we really, it is very, very important to us, and I think probably to you to make sure that you're doing everything you can to stay safe, that you are washing your hands, that you are distancing, that you're taking the necessary precautions to make sure you don't catch and transmit anything nasty this holiday season. So with that, I think I'm going to wrap it up. I will say that if you do have any questions about COVID, put them in the comments here, and we will. I'll run them by Taylor, and we'll get them back to you. They could be technical, they could be
anything
procedural, they could be
even just basic questions about the virus. I've read more than I ever thought I would about any kind of virus. So yeah, any questions you guys got, technical or just, anything about the virus itself, we'd be more than happy to help you out.
Yeah. And so I will also put, as I always do, my cell in there. And so 2 things with that. 1, you can text me if you want to get reminders when we put these videos up. But 2, I want you to have it because if you ever, God forbid, have a need for us for COVID-19 or anything else, it's important for you to know that we are here 24/7, 365. You can contact me, you can call our office 24/7, 365, and we will be able to help you, which has been especially important for business owners who really can't afford to have another disruption to their business. They need to get somebody in there overnight to disinfect. We can make that happen for you.
We've done plenty of that. We understand anywhere from a 125,000 square foot production facility to a small shop here in the village. We understand you guys don't want to lose any more, time, down, we've been shut down for how long. So, we really work our best, and try our hardest to get in and get these jobs taken care of as quick as possible so you can return to, what little bit of normalcy you have left right now.
Yeah, and this is not a sales pitch. This is I hope you never have to call me a pitch, but if you do, I want you to be able to reach me in Taylor Direct so that you can figure out how to move things forward. So I'm gonna wrap it up for now. Thank you guys for joining us for SERVPRO's Awesome Advent. Again, every weekday until December at 10:10 a.m. You can find us here, and we'll be hoping to help. We're here to help. So have a great day, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, Taylor.